It's supposed to. Do you miss vinyl? Do you think every single musician should still produce vinyl?
Absolutely. I love vinyl. At least vinyl sounds cool.
with fish. There's so many questions, Eddie Kramer, that I want to ask you. But the truth is, we have some amazing musicians that I work with every day, and I would be remiss. I would be an asshole actually if I didn't give them the opportunity to ask. Jeff, do you have? You must be in complete all right now. No, he wants to ask you a question. I just want. Eddie Kramer, the Jeff Willingham works with me every day. He dedicates so much of his time. This guy's one of the best guitarists in all of Canada. And please, Jeff, take it away.
As long as it's not about my personal life, you're cool.
So then I got nothing, Todd.
Okay.
First of all, it's an honor, pleasure to meet you. I've been listening to work you've done for a long, long time, and you've made me do this and keep chasing this for a while. So thank you very much for all your work. My question to you would be about relationships, I think, and it's about Jimi specifically as a guitar player. You guys really pushed the sonic revolution, I would say. And in the time that you guys were producing your music, I still put on a Zeppelin or a Hendrix album, and it sounds relevant today comparatively to all the other music that was coming out in that time that sounds quite dated. So when you guys were doing all your basically tinkering with pedals and sounds and all those sort of things, I just kind of would like to hear you speak on that. Were you in the room all the time? Were you kind of the mad scientist? Were Jimi developing those wah sounds, those reverbs, those oscillation, all that sort of stuff? Because it's so dope to me, man.
So the deal is that when you're dealing with a man like Hendrix, we revere him, and he's like the top, he's the genius, he's the man, the maverick, the guy who we all get inspired with. When he walked in the room for the very first time for me to work with him, I have to tell you a quick story, can I?
Absolutely.
All right, I get this phone call. I'm sitting in the control room at Olympic Studios in January of 1967, and the studio manager, who's this very, very lovely English lady, who had the most beautiful, she was gorgeous, stockings with this perfect seam down the back, but she ran that studio with an iron fist. And she would call me up and she said, "Oh, Eddie, there's this American chappie with the big hair. And you do all that very weird shit anyway, so why don't you do him?"
The weird shit.
That's how I got to work. That's how I got to meet Jimi Hendrix. So, it's like, well,
And was he in control of it all? Was that?
So let me tell you. So he comes in the studio, and this is literally the first time. And he's sitting in the corner. He's got this really dirty, sort of grubby raincoat on, and he's sitting. And he's really quiet. He's very shy. He was a very shy guy. And he's sitting there, and all the gear starts arriving. The Marshall stacks, all this stuff is coming in, and there's this big roadie. He's got literally a Marshall stack on top of him, and he's carrying 14 things. "Oi, where do you want this?" "Over there, mate." I'm a little scared. Set it up. Jimmy plugs in, and all of a sudden you hear the sound. It's like, oh my God, the hair just stands right up on the back of your neck. So I'm thinking, how the hell am I going to record this stuff, right? So I put the mics up, and I run into the control and start tweaking some things, EQ, compression, reverb, blah, blah, blah. Jimmy comes in, and I'd happened to run the tape on it, and I played a bit back for him, and he smiled. He says, "Yeah, man, that's cool. Okay, so watch this." He runs out in the studio, and he gets his pedals, and he's trying different things, and he says, "All right, check this out." So we started this game. "Okay, you can do that? Well, let me just see if I can top you, you bastard. All right, well, let me try it. All right.
Guitar horse.
And then it was a game to see who could top the next person, and it was so great because he inspired me. And that's how the sound came from him. I added all the cool shit on top, like the reverbs, the phasing, the backwards echoes and all that. That was my concept. But he just loved what I had created for him, because the whole idea about being a record producer engineer is to interpret what the artist is thinking and make it better. And if you're not doing that, you're not doing a bloody job.
You said he was the best ever. Does anyone stand out in your mind that is that good today, close to that good today?
He died. Stevie Ray probably was the closest. Yeah.
Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Yeah. I mean, today, look, there's a lot of fabulous bands out there, some great musicians. But Jimmy is I don't know. That's a person like that comes around once in a lifetime, I think.